Oh, look at you. You're there already. Sorry, I was a little bit behind there. Hi, my name is Roger Weitzel, and today we're going to do a fun problem about finding how many seats there are in a theater. Today is December 8th, 2020, another great day in the USA. Today we're going to do some math, so let's get into it. So at this point, I will share my screen. And I would like for you to be able to see what I can see. So we are going to switch over here to our example problem here. What we're dealing with is a movie theater. It has 12 seats in the first row and 3 additional seats in each successive row. If there are 20 rows, how many seats are there in the theater? So let's kind of work our way into this. In the first row, we know that there are 12 seats. In the second row, we have 3 additional seats. So in the second row, we're going to have 15 seats. And in the third row, we're going to have 18 seats. And in the fourth row, we're going to have 21. So what we want to do is to add up all of these numbers all the way to 20. Well, this is called an arithmetic sequence. And we can say that the number of seats in any row is going to be equal to, in the first row, there's 12. And then we're going to add that to n minus 1 times what the number of row we're on. So let's just see if we can get the correct answer doing this. So what we want, and I was going to just draw a little visual representation of this. So what we have is the first row here. And in the first row, we have 12 seats. And then as we go back, we have more seats. So what we want to do is to just kind of say, all right, we know that the seats are going to go back at an angle there and back at an angle there. And at the very, I didn't exactly do a good job there. That is a terrible looking trapezoid, but it will work for purposes of this example. So what we're trying to figure out is what are the number of seats in that row? What we want to do is to figure out the total here, and we're adding up all of these rows. So we can do that. What we want to do is to find the average between the first and the last row. If we can figure that out, then we will have the average, and we can multiply that by the total number of rows of 20. So let's try this little equation here. This is S is equal to 12 plus number of rows is 20. I made a mistake here. I put the wrong variable in here. Okay. So the number of rows is 20 minus 1. And we're multiplying that by the difference between each row, which is 3. So the number of seats in the last row is going to be 12 plus 20 minus 1 is 19, and we're going to multiply that by the difference in each row. So we're going to get 19 times 3. So now the number of seats in the last row will be 12 plus 19 times 3 is what? 19 times 3 equals 57. So we take 12 plus 57, and we know that the number of seats in the last row is going to be 69. All right, you notice that this is a trapezoid, and what we're going to do here is essentially find the area of this trapezoid, which is to take the average of the two sides. What we're going to really do is to change this into a rectangle. So what we're doing is, let's change the color to red here. So what we are doing this is the way that I visualize this. So maybe this will work for you, maybe it won't, but essentially what we're doing is creating a square so that we have a much easier calculation to make. So you can see if we can find the average of the last row and the first row, we know that we'll have the length of this, and we can just take the length times the height. So, and you know, we already know that there are 12 rows here, 20 rows here. So what we're going to do, this is the same as the area of a trapezoid. We're going to take 69 plus 12, all of that divided by 2, and we're going to multiply it by 20 rows. So what are we going to get with that? So we're going to get 69 plus 12 is equal to 72. So we're going to get 40.5, and that's going to be times 20 rows, and that is going to equal 810. So this thing that looked a little bit intimidating at the beginning turned out to be kind of easy. And also, I guess, just to kind of review the problem here, we had 12 seats in the first row. We knew that each additional row, well, that looks terrible. Each additional row had 3 more seats. So we figured out how many we had in the last row, which was 69. And then we could take the average of the first row and the last row, which gave us 69 plus 12 divided by 2. And we could have saved one step here on our multiplication, because we could have canceled this out. We could have canceled the 2 with the 20 and ended up with 10. We know that 69 plus 12 is 81. So 81 times 10 is equal to 810. So Thought it might be a hard problem, ended up being an easy problem. Thanks for your attention and have a great day. Talk to you later.